In this video, I'm going to go through the questions I proposed in the 1.01 measurements and units topic. These are questions here, so let's quickly go through them. If you have any questions, do ask. So here it's asking me how many grams are in a kilogram. I know that I'm being asked about 1 kg, and I want to know how many grams there are. According to the prefix table, I know kilo, so I'm going to be annotating my work here. Kilo is the same as times 10 to the 3, and so therefore this is 1 times 10 to the 3, so that means 1 kilogram is the same as 1,000 grams. Question 2. How many millimeters are there in 1 meter? So I've got 1 meter and I want to convert it into millimeters. So this is where I'm going to change the millimeters into 10 times 10 to the power of minus 3. If I bring this over, I end up getting 1 over 1 times 10 to the power of minus 3 is equal to x. And so x is actually 1 times 10 to the 3. And so 1 meter is the same as 1 times 10 to the 3 millimeters, which is 1,000 meters. Question 3. How many microseconds are there in 1 second? So I've got 1 second and I want to convert it into microseconds. Same thing as before. 1 second is x times 10 to the power of minus 6 seconds. So 1 over 1 times 10 to the power of minus 6 is equal to x. X becomes 1 times 10 to the power of 6. And so 1 second is the same as 1 times 10 to the power of 6 microseconds, or 1,000,000 microseconds. Question 4. So this equation is used to work out an area of a rectangle. So I know that area is length times width. If the rectangle measures 3 by 2, calculate its area and include units. And so what I'm trying to do here is I'm doing 3 meters by 2 meters, which is the same as 6 meters squared. Question 5. Write down the following in kilometers. So the first one is 2,000 meters. If I want to convert it into kilometers, I know that this is the same as times 10 to the power of 3 meters. So if I bring this over, I get 2,000 over 1 times 10 to the power of 3 is equal to x, which means that x is 2, so 2,000 meters is the same as 2 kilometers. The second part of the question is asking for 200 meters. Again, into kilometers, do exactly the same thing. So 200 meters is x times 10 to the power of 3 meters. 200 over 1 times 10 to the power of 3 is x. X is 0.2, and so 200 meters is 0.2 kilometers. Part C is 2 times 10 to the power of 4 meters. Right, again, I want this as kilometers. So 2 times 10 to the power of 4, x times 10 to the power of 3 meters. 2 times 10 to the power of 4 over 1 times 10 to the power of 3 is x. So x becomes 2 times 10 to the power of 1, which is 20. So 2 times 10 to the power of 4 meters is the same as 20 kilometers. Question 6. This time I want to convert all of these into seconds. So I've got 5,000 microseconds into seconds. Well, this is the same as 5,000 times 10 to the power of 3 seconds. And then this simplifies to 5 seconds. B, I'm looking at 5 times 10 to the power of 7 microseconds. This one is 5 times 10 to the power of 7 times 10 to the power of minus 6 seconds, which is 5 times 10 to the power of 1 seconds, so it's 50 seconds. Question 7 now. So this one is asking to put everything into 2 sig figs, but in scientific notation. So everything is already to 2 sig figs, so we need to convert to scientific notation, which is standard form. So here I'm going to move my decimal place 1, 2, 3 times, and so this becomes 1.5 times 10 to the power of 3 meters. I know that this is the same as a kilo, or kilometre, so therefore it's the same as 1.5 kilometres. That was A. B is 1,500,000 meters. Now, same thing, I've got 3, 6, so then this becomes 1.5 times 10 to the power of 6 meters. I know that this is the same as a mega, so this is the same as 1.5 megameters. And C, 0.15 meters. This one, I'm moving it backwards by 1, which then becomes 1.5 times 10 to the power of minus 1 meters. Now, a couple of ways of doing this. You can either leave this like this, or if you wanted to, since I know it's minus 1, if I wanted to make it millimeters, then what I could do, because I know milli is 10 to the minus 3, I can actually then think about how I'm going to convert this. So this actually becomes 150 millimeters. So if you're not sure how to do that, please ask in the comments and I can help you out there. Finally, we've got D, which is 0.015 meters. Same thing, except this time I'm moving it twice. So this becomes 1.5 times 10 to the power of minus 2 meters. And again, same thing, I'm going to convert it into millimeters. It becomes 15 millimeters. Okay, so those are your answers. If you need support, please let me know.